Welcome back. Thanks. Sorry about that. Network misbehaved again. Like I was saying, praise her whenever she does anything that is good. Then you have all the right to correct her when she's going astray. Number 5 point, I say, even when you must correct your wife, please don't do it before the children. Don't do it before your house help. Don't do it before your family. Correct her privately. Because if you correct her publicly, she loses her self-esteem, she loses her self-worth, she loses her self-respect, and you are sowing an evil seed in the life of your children. When you keep yelling at her in public, when you keep correcting her in the presence of your children, one, because they are children, they will talk at her rudely, and if it's a male child, he will feel that is the way men talks with women. So, and we should model good character to our children. So please, when you need to correct her privately, not in the presence of the children, not in the presence of your family, not in the presence of your domestic staff, not in public, not in church. Do not criticize her. Do not crucify her for little mistakes in public. Both of you will get home. And when you get home, when you are in your closet, when you are in your room, when you are just yourself, you can actually correct her. You will see that she will take that correction better than when you do that publicly. She will feel you are trying to be managed. She will feel you are trying to be bossy. She will feel you are trying to make everybody feel that she's not good enough. So please correct her, not in the presence of people. The sixth thing here, I said, avoid correction in anger. You cannot take the right decision when you are angry. You cannot truly correct your wife in anger, because you will say the things you don't really mean to say. You will say the things that she will hold on to and she will not forgive you about. So if you are angry about some things, anything she had done, and you are angry about it, can you please just take a walk? And when you had calmed down, you can come back and talk about it. Learn not to correct in anger, because if you correct in anger, instead of solving the problem, you end up compounding the issue. You will end up escalating the issue, and most women will fight back. When I say fight back, I don't mean being physical. They will fight back with bad attitude. They will fight back with, oh, all he does is to quarrel, all he does is to shout, all he knows how to do is to yell. He never sees any good thing about me. He never sees any good thing in me, and so it's okay. So they don't really care if you are happy. You don't really care if they will say, what will he do? He will always shout. So please don't correct in anger. And please do not compare her with any other woman. Do not compare her with your neighbor. Do not compare her with your mother. Do not compare her with your sister. Do not compare her with anybody. She's uniquely made. She is herself, fearfully and wonderfully made. She has a positive attributes, just like she has some negative attributes, and it is those negative attributes you are trying to correct. If you begin to point fingers, if you begin to compare her with other women, you will get to a point she will tell you one day, go and marry those women. If they are too good, why did you marry me? Why didn't you go to them? Do not compare her. In your thought of correcting her, you might have been comparing her with other women. Don't you see what you may say? Don't you see that your friend? That friend might be going through worst scenario. That our friend's husband might just be enduring her excesses, and you will think everybody is okay. My brothers and sisters, every marriage has its own challenges. Every marriage have their own challenges. So do not compare. Instead of comparing her, compare her with herself. Those times, anytime, at least there will be some times she did something right. Go back to that time. Say, remember when I came to the house and the house was so cleaned? I felt like just lying on the floor. That is what I like. But see, now everywhere is dusty. I cannot even put my nose. Instead of saying, Lagbaja knows how to clean the house, Lagbaja cooks better, you will not get the best out of your wife. Rather, you will get a defensive wife. And that is not what any marriage needs. You don't need a defensive wife. Once a woman starts defending herself, then there will be trouble in the marriage. God bless you, Augustina. Thank you for being part of Art Matters. And avoid referring to old issues. If you have corrected her about something before, don't go back to it. Avoid it. Avoid referring back to old issues. Don't say, that's how you did it last year and I corrected you and you have repeated it. Don't say, that's how I told you that day. That's how you cooked that sour soup that gave me running stomach. Don't do that. Don't refer to old things. Let it be at the past. Like I've told us before, that your past, the past is the grave, and grave, whatever is in the grave is rotty carcass. But your future is in your womb. You will bring forth glorious future. Talk about the way to make her a better person and stop referring to her past errors. Don't talk about it. If she missed it before, there is room for improvement. So let the past be in the past. Because when you start referring back to a woman's past error, she becomes, you take away her self-esteem. You take away her self-dignity. She begins to see herself as not good. And that will rub off in your children. That will rub off in your relationship, and which is very, very bad. And please, do not attack her womanhood. Do not. Some men will go, what kind of a woman are you? Some men will go, did you even go to school? Did your mother even teach you? Please don't attack her womanhood. Don't make her feel less irrelevant. Don't make her feel like she's not good enough. She's a woman created by God, fit for your purpose, to complement you, to bring out the best in you. If you keep attacking her womanhood, if you keep telling her that she's better off being a slave, if you keep telling her, I bought you, I paid for you, you are my slave, you have become my slave, you are my, you are the baby factory, then you have lost your wife. You have lost the peace in your home. Don't attack her womanhood. Don't attack her dignity. No, do not. Every woman wants their self-esteem, just like men. Every man loves to be respected and honored. Every man loves to be loved the way they are. Every man loves to be accepted the way they are. They don't like to be compared. Likewise, women, don't compare them. Don't try to change them. Don't try to turn them to what they are not by attacking them. Say, oh, you don't know how to cook. Oh, the last time you cooked was salt, salt, salt. This one is salt, salt, salt. You want to kill me. Don't do that. You are attacking her dignity. Some men will even say, did you even go to school? Did your parents even teach you right? It is wrong. That's not the way to correct a woman. The woman is you. The Bible says, and the two shall become one. No longer two, but one. I will leave us with this. I remember at the early stage of my marriage, my husband is a meticulous man, clean to the foot, neat. He likes his things. He likes meeting his things the way he left them. My husband can be in the house and he will clean and he will scrub. I'm the youngest of my household. I get away with anything and anything. I'm a nonchalant person. I try to be clean, but sometimes I don't get to the standard of my husband. So do you know what my husband does then in those early days? If he comes back and he sees that the kitchen is untidy, he gets water, he gets soap, and he begins to wash, begin to clean. And if I see him cleaning them, I take I follow suit and I clean. And by so doing, he is leading by example. He no longer, he does not only correct verbally, but he corrects with example. I think that is, and it now builds a better me. He now made me realize, oh, this is what my husband loves. This is how he wants his bed to be laid. Because he will lay it himself. He will make his stew sometimes. Baby, when, okay, this stew, can we fry it? I will teach you the way we used to fry. He will fry the stew dry. That's, oh, my husband like his tomatoes well cooked. And by so doing, I will learn. I started learning and I started knowing. And I'm still learning. I am not there. But that's one thing I am thankful to God for giving me a man that is a teacher, that is not just a dictator. That's not a dictator. He teaches me and he leads by example. If we will show our wives, if our men will show their wives that they appreciate their wives, they commend her when she's doing or when she did anything good, and praise her when the time is when she needs to be praised, and correct her when she needs to be corrected, then you will have a beautiful wife. And most importantly, lead by example. You are the head of the house. So if she's not doing it right, you can teach her how to do it. And by so doing, both of you will grow together peacefully and live that God-proposed marriage. Your marriage is to be enjoyed. Your marriage is to be celebrated. Your marriage is to be forever. Keep learning, keep loving, and keep thanking and keep correcting. Please correct. I'm not saying don't correct your wife. All I'm saying, when you correct your wife, correct in love. All I'm saying, sometimes teach her how to be that woman you want her to be. I will end here until I see you next week, Wednesday. I remain your host, Mukoro Joy. Send me messages, send me questions. Tell us about the topic you want to. How has this program affected your home? Has it affected your marriage? And like I've promised, I will keep all your secrets secret. Except otherwise you want us to share. We'll share to help other couples going through that situation that you're going through. And remember, it is where your treasure is. That's where your heart will lie. Your treasure is God's marriage. And your marriage is God's treasure, and that's where his heart is. God bless you. Keep enjoying your marriage. See you next week. Bye.